Hello and welcome to the Catfish Farming Enterprise. If you are new to the channel, do well to hit on the subscribe button. You can like and you can share our videos. Now we have our website that is launched that you can go through and read amazing articles around the catfish farm business. Now we have a lot of articles that have been dropped on the website. So there's a link on the description below. With a link, you can just go to the website and see amazing articles that will enrich your knowledge in the catfish farm business. Now, in today's video, we are looking at the current challenges facing catfish farmers in Nigeria and across Africa. Now, it's of no news that a whole farmers have been discouraged in the business. Some are planning to leave the business to look for something else to do, and some already are doing the business, but they are also struggling within the business. So there is a current challenges facing the catfish farmers in the business today. So we'll highlight some of those challenges and also ways to mitigate some of those challenges and what are the ways forward. Now, the number one challenge that is on the top of the list for the catfish farmers are the current hike in the feed prices. Now, the feed prices keep on increasing on a daily basis. Like when you buy the feed today, the next time you are going to buy the feed, there is almost a 10% increment from the current price you bought. And this makes the market or the calculation of the farmers being unstable. You can't plan. Now, if you have a budget that you say, okay, this is a budget I intend spending for maybe 1,000 fishes, at the end of the day, you have to shoot your budget because the feed prices keep changing from what you used to do the planning. So this is a major challenge for the fish farmers, and also the current price of selling the fishes are not changing with the changing price on the feed. It's also a huge challenge for the farmers. So what are the way forward? What can the farmers do in these trying times? Now the first thing to note is to reduce your capacity. For example, if you are running the 10,000 capacity in your farm and you are spending, let's say, 7 million naira for Nigerians to run the farm, that means now with the current price of fishes, you can't do the 10,000 again because the price of feeds have gone extremely high, so it will reduce your capacity. We all know this is a number game, meaning that the higher you do, the higher the profit in the farm. So if you are reducing your capacity, that means the profit in the business is also reducing. So it's also a major issue for the catfish farm farmers. So the next challenge we are looking at too is the quality of the feeds. Now the feed are increasing and also the quality is reducing. Now the food conversion ratio for most feed today has reduced as compared to what we have before. Now for a 15 kg bag, after you can convert to 13 kg for you as a farmer, but now you are struggling to get even an 11 kg. So it's also a major challenge for most farmers. And since some of these farmers don't keep a proper record of what they are doing, at the end of the day, it affects their sales. Now you spent money in feeding them, almost 1,000 kg in terms of the feed, and when you are selling, you are not getting up to 800 back as a kg. So it's also a major challenge that most of the farmers are facing today. Now, because the quality of the feeds are reducing drastically and it's affecting the output that the farmers are getting in the farm. So what are the way forward? Yes, going into production of the feed, whereby you can estimate the materials you are using. Okay, I'm using a material, I know the certain conversion this material is going to give me in the farm. I can now make use of this material for my farm. And it's also capital intensive in terms of getting the machines, getting the raw materials. Are they available for you? It's also a challenge for the farmer. So it's a major challenge that has been facing the farmers, the high cost of feed, and also the quality of the feed the farmers are using today. Now the third one we are looking at is the power supply. Now in most of the African nations, we know we are faced with epileptic power supply, whereby you now have to look for alternative source to power the farm. And we all know that the farm needs power supply 24/7 to run. Now you need to change your water on a regular basis, and this has to do with the power. Also, for those that want to go into production of the feed, most of these machines run on electricity, so you must have a steady supply of light for all this to work efficiently. Now, The other alternative you have are maybe getting the generator set, which is expensive, and also the cost of powering it in terms of the diesel, in terms of the petrol, is also expensive. Now, most people are going into the solar borehole system or the solar pumping machine to run the farm business. It's also capital intensive. So it's a major challenge for the farmers. Then we look at the access to funding. Now, how do farmers get access to funding to keep run the business? Like I said earlier, it's a number game, meaning that the higher your production or the higher the farm you run, the higher your profit. And if there is no money available for you to run a higher capacity, it's also a major challenge for the farmers. Now, most of the banks are not being receptive in giving farmers loan in terms of running the farm, because a whole lot of uncertainty that surrounds the whole business. So there's so much procedures that go into before you can get a loan from the bank. So it's also a major challenge the farmers are facing. They want to expand their business, they want to expand the farm, they want to increase, but there's no fund for them to increase in the farm. Now, when I talked about the cost of the feed, like I said, if you are running a 10,000 capacity farm and you're using, let's say, 7 million to do it before, since the price of feed has increased, now to reduce your capacity to like 5,000 capacity, now for you to expand, you need more funding in the business. And it's a major challenge for you, because since you can't get access to loan, or some of these loans come with high interest, that at the end of the day, the farmers are not able to pay back this loan from the profit they are making from the business. Now, all these challenges have been discouraging most of the farmers from investing in the business. Those in the business are still looking out for ways to stop or reduce their capacity, or to pause for some time, because mitigating some of these challenges are high. So if there are ways for farmers to access funding, it can help them get machines, produce their own feed, get good quality feed, and get good output at the end. Now, with the current flood crisis, it's not doing any good to the farmers, because it's also increased the cost of feed, because so much these raw materials have been destroyed by the flood in some of the areas that have these raw materials. So it will also increase the cost of feed for them. And in the market today, the feed price, the fishes prices are not increasing in relation to the cost of the feed. So it's also a major challenge for the farmers. Now, what are the ways forward? The government should come in to see ways on how to help the farmers in terms of access to, at a little interest for the loan, for them to scale up their business and for them to expand in the business. So thank you very much for joining us in this channel today. Have a wonderful time.